that kind of stuff, that's fine too. Just do it respectfully. I do want to make sure that we know we're here to talk about the market, the third party market. We're not here to discuss amaretto. If you have things you want to discuss amaretto, you need to come to the community meeting. That was last week, and that is open for everyone as well. All right? So we're all, I know you guys are very passionate, and everybody has an opinion, and everybody thinks something different. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you guys. And like I said, let's just keep it respectful. And like I said, no name calling. Let's not throw people's names out there. That's not necessary. Um, all right. So do we have somebody who wants to take the floor over first? I did not see MJ's questions. Guys, if you're typing, shout for me so I'll be sure to see it if you want me to see it. What was her question, Haley? Yeah, that's an awesome question. I'm going to shut my mouth and let the market owners and auctioneers and all you guys talk about that. if you guys want to go that route, do y'all want to do that? Give everybody a little bit of time to speak? We can do that. I mean, we're all kind of speaking about the same thing. Yeah, so here, you know what we'll do is I got my nearby up, and we'll just go in alphabetical order. How about that? All right. So first one I see is Victor von Stein. Von Steen? Victor, you have anything you want to say? Next would be Sean. So if Victor doesn't have anything to say, Sean. Okay, no problem, Victor. After after Sean, it's going to be Pagan, guys. And if you want to know where you are in line, just pull up the radar and put it in alphabetical order. All right. So Pagan will be next. Then we'll have Miss Vivian. Vivian doesn't have anything to share. Aaron, do you have anything that you would like to say? Okay, Aaron's good. Lucy. All right, I don't see Lucy typing anything. Zoe. Guys, if you want to mic up, you're more than welcome to do that too. All right, Miss Anaconda, you have anything you want to say? All right, let us have it. And Baza, you will be next after Anaconda. So I think that's a question that Anna's asking all of you guys. Benny, I'm going to stop you right there. This Breeders Roundtable is not about Amaretto, is not about Amaretto stores or locations or anything like that. You're misinformed, and let's keep that for the community meeting, okay? All right, so next on the list is Baza. Say? And Miss Bella, you will be next. It's okay, you guys can talk. I'm just giving everybody the same opportunity to speak. So we have Baza, then Bella, then Be Creative. Sure. He wanted to address something. Let me pull it back up. Hold up. He wanted to address something about large panels, but if larger panels of old traits, most of which you can find easily as bundles all over the grid, or some projects that the seller has only been working on themselves, it's their choice what to price their animals at, and you're not impacting the market in a bad way for selling old traits. It's about protecting the value of new traits, in my opinion. So, Bella, You are next. And we have next we have Be Creative after Bella, and then we have Benny. So if you guys start typing now. Okay, Be Creative doesn't have anything. Benny? Okay, awesome. And Bella, I don't know if I didn't see you say in local whether or not you had something you wanted to bring up. Well, let's see. Benny's. There's Benny's comment. All right. After Benny is Black Dragonfly and Blush Topaz. So if you guys want to get ready. I'm going alphabetically. All right. So let's see. Black Dragonfly or Blush? Do you have anything you want to add? Okay, how about Blush? You got anything you want to say? After Blush will be Chosen One Marville and Daniel.
Yeah, I would like to say, if I can talk on, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I think everybody can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I would like to say that I kind of agree with what Kendra said. You can't set a standard and then, uh, you can't do it both ways. You can't set a standard and then sell something based upon opinion. Because, I mean, where I auction, we do have a panel minimum. Uh, so you by putting that many things on a thing on a panel, I mean, even as especially as an auction owner, people are seeing that and they're thinking, well, you said one thing and you're doing something else. So, I mean, to be all fair, we've got to have if we're going to go by standards, then you can't say one thing and then do something else. I mean, there was no set standard of that, but you've got to you can't say. I mean, if you're going to talk about fair market value, you can't say, some people are going to put two up there at 500 starting bid, and then some are going to put nine up there at 500 starting bid. Well, what does that make the value? That brings the value down the more you have up there. So, I don't, it's confusing to everyone is that some do one thing one way and some do things the other way. And then everybody's out there looking at that and seeing it and they're wondering, well, what the heck's going on? And then that's where all this stuff is coming up with these different uh, organizations, these different websites, and people posting all kind of nasty remarks on there back and forth to each other. And we're supposed to be a community that's supposed to be drawing together, not pointing fingers at each other. We need to come together and everybody be in agreement. I'm not calling out anybody. I'm just saying, that you need to if everybody's going to do things, try to abide by one particular standard, then it needs to be we need to decide what the whole aspect of the standard is. We can't have say nine on a panel is okay at one, two on a panel is okay at another. I mean, if we're all going to go by the 500, we need to start thinking about too about what is that value for that 500, because the more you put on a panel, that the 500, that's going to bring those individual items, the price of those individual items down. And I just think that that's a lot what a lot of people are looking at.
Okay, thank you, Miss Blush. Next, Chosen One. Do you have anything that you want to say? Okay, Daniel and Despina. Either one of you guys have something you want to say? Can I just ask who all is still calling patron auctions or participating in patron auctions? Faxi, you will be next after Despina. Yeah, if you have a display name, it puts you down at the bottom. You can pull up your radar and sort it in alphabetical order, and you can see who's going to be next. I'll keep that in mind, Pop. All right, I think Faxi. We have Faxi, then Findle.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and voice this because it's just too much to type. You guys would be here forever. So I have a couple of questions. One I had asked a little bit earlier, and I'm not sure if anyone answered it, but I would like to know with the standards that we have going on, and I'm not saying that I like or dislike the standards, but my question is when someone comes to me and they're asking, how do these standards help the market for the horses and the traits that are newer traits, the ones that really should be, 10, 15,000, 20, 30,000, I've seen them more. How is this? Because it's not preventing someone from taking this new wing that's out and having them sell it for 1,000. Okay. But what I feel, and this is just my own personal opinion, is the new standards is keeping, is making it harder for the people that are struggling, that they are purely doing this out of a passion to do the horses. They love Amaretto. I love Amaretto. To be able to sell the smaller ones, the smaller, but traits at a lesser price. It's kind of keeping them to a degree of being able to do that. Or, the traits that are coming out of the new LEs, they're nice and clean, but realistically, I can't put that onto a stand or, at an auction and be able to get 500 for that. I may not even be able to get that, for $100. And, so I feel like, if the horses, the bundles that are coming out of the new LEs are almost kind of worthless unless it actually has the traits. Um, the other thing I'd like to make a comment on, and it's really hurting me to see, and you can stop me if you want to, but it's hurting me to see that there's a division, and I think that division um, between people is causing the markets to not be good at some auction houses and good at other auction houses or whatever. How can Amaretto come together with everybody? Because my issue is I feel like the new standards that have been put into place, that not everybody actually had a voice in that. And I feel like how to fix that, because that's what's going to help bring the market up, is if we
Um,
can fix this to
well,
get the market back up.
let me just say, Faxi, if you have a question about something that Amaretto is doing, we need you to come to the community meeting. This is solely for what breeders
Mm-hmm.
can do.
No, I
So
agree.
I'm not trying to devalue your opinion or anything like that. It hurts me to see the community divided. Um, so um, I agree with you there. We do need to pull together, definitely. And I will be more than happy to discuss that with you at another time.
I would love to sit down and talk with you about some ideas.
Sure.
And thanks for listening. But I would like a
You're
question.
welcome.
I don't know if anyone answered the first question,
Oh,
so
her
I'm
first
gonna
question
reset.
was, does anybody feel that the new standards are helping in any way?
I don't think it's hurting the market. This is Pam. Anyway, I don't think it's hurting the market. If anything, I feel it's improved some things, guys. If you don't want to go to an auction house that the minimum bid is 500, Lindens, you have that choice to go someplace else. Okay, that's all your choice. It's not anybody telling you where to go. You make the choice of where you want to sell your horses. And as an auctioneer, I think it's a benefit to the breeder because you feed a horse for 120 days. You repetitively do a project with this horse. I'm not going to sit to go down and put it down for 500. That doesn't mean you have to start at 500. You can start your horses at any, but they can't go any lower than 500. And I personally think it's a good thing.
Can I ask why you believe that it has helped the market when horses that you may not be selling for under 500 are actually just being taken to another auction and being sold for whatever price they want? How does that help the market? It
Well,
doesn't
that's
improve
their
it at all.
choice.
The point
That's
is
your
that it doesn't
choice.
help the market.
Well,
Those horses
so
that
we
are
should
being
just take
undervalued are
everything.
still being
Oh,
sold.
wait, guys, we're talking over each other. Jed, your turn is coming just up, and then you can let us
Okay.
know. Oh, we got
And
Findle in front of you.
I would actually like, because she's actually suggesting that she believes it's helping the market, I would like to know why people seem to think that it's helping the market when in fact all that's happening is these horses are just being sold under market value elsewhere. It doesn't help the market. It can't do. Common sense says it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Findle, let's let Findle talk, and then Jed, it'll be your turn. Findle, did you have anything that you want to say? Okay. Go ahead, Jed.
Okay, thank you. Right. The situation we've got here is that it's about how to help the market, how to improve the way in which people sell and buy. By a small number of auction houses having a minimum bid of 500, while other auction houses have minimum bids of 100 or 200 or 300, until all the auction houses come together and actually work out a policy that helps all breeders and all auctioneers and everybody right across the board, from the cheapest 25 Linden bundle right up to the 88k bundles. There's a very big shortage at the moment of elite auctions. We've literally got two. Ava's at 5k and Harmony, that's 2k. So anybody who's got a high-traded, high-value horse doesn't have very many places to actually go to where those with money are going to collect and actually be able to buy. It's about people coming together. We see this at your auction all the time, Ava. Most of at least 50% of your panels sell. It's because it's bringing the right people with the right horses together, but it's very limited. Those who are unable to get a panel are then forced to sell wherever they can, where it's the luck of the draw or dragging a horse from auction to auction to auction. And they have to lower the prices in the end, otherwise they can't sell. I call it a race to the bottom. Now, the only way to fix this is for everybody, every auction house, to actually come up with a strategy that works for the market.
Let me stop you just a second, Jed. Blush, let's stop with the name calling. Baza, y'all gotta let that go. I want everyone to realize one thing right now. Can we all agree that everybody here loves the market and wants to see it be better? That is everybody's number one job. That's all we want.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants.
Can I
Everybody
say
standing here
something?
that can listen, that's all we want. So we just need to figure out how to get there. Yes, Jasmina, I got to let Jed finish, and then if you have something you want to say.
Yes, please. Right. The point I'm trying to get across is that common sense says that if you're going to push people away from certain auction houses with these so-called official guidelines, rules, whatever you want to call them, it doesn't help the market. Common sense says that the vast majority of people will just sell as they've always sold, because very often they've got one horse that they want to sell that's valued at 300 or 400 lindens. They're just going to go elsewhere. It's still
Totally,
going to be
let's
sold.
stay respectful, please.
It's still going to be sold, no matter what, at the lower level. That's the way Amaretto is. That's the way the community is. I see it all the time. I probably go to 25 different auctions very regularly, different auction houses. I see right across the board what happens. And common sense says that if you're just going to have a small band of auction houses that say, we're going to have a minimum bid and we're not going to allow drops and so on, that doesn't help the market. It just creates us and them, or these auction houses are better than them because they've set some standards and rules down that most
You
auction
repeat
houses
yourself
not
now already 3 times, Kat, and sorry to interrupt you. It helps at one point the market because people realizes what they try to sell doesn't found any customer to buy them. So they stick with them, with the pets they try to sell. At one point, the breeders need to realize, sorry to say this, what you are breeding is just not worthy. It's not sellable because the value of the horse is not the right one, which fits into a 500 linden. And this is the most problem.
No, the problem is that people...
Can I finish, please? Thank you. The most problem what I realize all over the years, nobody is telling another breeder, hey, think about what you are breeding here. It does not make much sense because the bundles what you are getting, you can't even sell for 500 linden. Because another breeder who wants to breed to sell horses can't do anything with these horses. So at the end of the day, you're just getting bundles what you can keep in your inventory, lower with the price down to 25 lindens, like you said, or just flood the market and let them stand with, sorry to say this, not good bundles. And Amaretto is not really helpful at this point because we are not allowed to tell someone, hey, that's just a shitty looking horse. Sorry to say that. I'm not a horse. Yeah, I'm a horse snob. Sorry.
Yeah,
Can I come
and-
back and respond to that, please?
Well, I just want to make sure that everybody understands what Despina was trying to say. What she was saying is when you create a horse with a trait combo, when the horse looks awesome, it doesn't matter if the trait is old, it doesn't matter if the trait is new. It's about what you're breeding. And go ahead, Jed. And then
Right.
next we're going to go to Greenwich and then Gray.
Okay, I will use one example to actually try and put a point across. An entity at the moment, the market value is $2.99 for an entity that we all use. At the moment, nobody can take an entity to a market, stick it on an auction, and ask 300. They can't ask, which is actually one linden over market value. The only way that they can sell that at an auction where they are likely to get a sale is to be able to put it down on a panel at 200 or 100. But we use them all the time. What you're just saying with these rules is that a horse that we use, we buy and sell all the time, cannot be put on an auction and sold. And believe me, the vast majority of horses that are sold at auctions do not have a true value of 500 anyway. Most of us breeders, we don't have these new or very valuable traits. And one final point in terms of Amaretto, those who breed
Wait. Let me stop you
value
right there,
horses,
Jed.
I'm
We're
actually
going
not
to talk
having
about
a,
Amaretto.
I just want to put a point across, which is very, very important. A horse, a horse that is valued at, let's say, under 100, eats as much food and eats as much salt as a horse that's valued at 88k. So they're just as important to the community. We use
All
all
right.
these low value horses all the time, believe me. And if you want to go around all the auctions, you will see it for yourself.
All
Thank
right, Jed, I don't want to cut you off, but we got to go on to the next person. Miss Greenwich, do you have anything you want to share? Or anything you want to bring up or say? Okay, Gray, do you have anything that you want to say? Good night, Servine. Thank you for coming. I know Gray was here. Let me see. After Gray, we're going to have, is that Guineas? And then Haley. And then Scylla. So you ladies be getting ready. All right, let me just check. That's okay. All right, so Miss Gray, are you still with us? And then we'll move on to Haley. No, Pammy, you're fine. And Scylla and Genieth. Okay. Was everybody able to see what Haley put? Okay. Okay, Miss Scylla.
Okay, I don't really feel like typing. So my thing is, everyone's been talking about the horses, the bundles, a lesser extent the ponies. But with the dogs and the birds, the market is so much smaller. I mean, even if you look on pet trades, there's like one page for each of them where there's multiples for the horses and ponies. So that's why I think that the canines and the birds should have a lower starting, like 300 instead of 500, because the community is so much smaller for those specific breedables. And oh, that's just my 2 cents.
Okay, thank you, Miss Stilla. And I'm only going to say this one more time, guys. If y'all don't stop taking jabs at people, I don't care who's taking jabs at who. Just stop. It's not helping anything. If somebody did something in an auction, who cares? We are adults. 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 Remember that. And next we have Miss Janae. If you have a problem with someone, you know what? The best thing that you can do is you can open up their IM and you can tell them. That's the best thing you can do. That's the only thing you should do, just like in real life. You got a problem with somebody, you address it. It ain't even about having balls. It's about being respectful. And that goes for anybody. Anybody got a problem with me, they can open up an IM and they can tell me. All right. Miss Janae, I'm sorry. You breed strictly for fun and okay. Awesome. All right, next up we have, I don't think we're going to give Josie a turn. Jonathan Bladeside, and then Kelly, you'll be up next. Jonathan, did you have anything you wanted to say? And Kelly, you can get ready, ma'am. All right, Kelly, go ahead. And then next we have Miss Laura Dene. Good night, Despina. Thanks for sharing your opinion. Laura, do you have anything you want to say? All right. Lisa. Lisa and Love, you would be up next. And then Pam's right after that. Lisa is next. Lisa. Just a moment, Bella. I'm almost to the bottom of the list, and then we've given everyone an opportunity, and then we can open up the floor again. I just want everyone to make sure that they have the opportunity to say whatever it is they want to say. So, yes. Love is going to tell us what she has to say right now, and then next will be Pammy. And then after Pammy will be Marku. Um, Jed, we're not going to call out names. Okay. All right. Thank you, love. Miss Pammy, what you got for us?
Well, I accidentally posted it early. You guys know, most of everybody knows I'm a small-time breeder. I do it for fun. I do it because I love to associate with the patrons, with the Amaretto community. That is one of the things I enjoy so much about breeding. Am I out to make a buck? No. Do I overprice my stuff? Yeah. You know, that's just your individual choice. But what's really, really bothering me in the last week, I have heard so many rumors that they're going to boycott ABA's auctions, or they're going to boycott a certain auction house, or they're trying to get other people to boycott stuff. And that's helping the community? You tell me how all this BS that's flying around has helped anything. That hasn't helped. And when people are talking, and this is where rumors are spread, nobody knows the facts. Nobody knows the actual facts. And you're going to live off what one person says and believe that. Why don't you ask the person? If you, like I said, Ava said, well, I've heard it at a few different times. I've heard it that people are trying to go up again, or try to whatever, but they're trying to avoid. I heard, well, they're going to avoid the nest egg. You know, that I'm just be as an auctioneer there. The policies that have been at the nest egg, they've been there since the beginning of time. There's never been a drop there, guys, and it says right in the covenant, when you go to an auction house, check the covenant. Look at it. See what they have stated in the covenant in regards to their auction house. And it just frustrates me as an auctioneer, because I want to sell everybody's horse, okay? I want to sell yours. I want to help you. I'll give you bundles. I'll do whatever you need, but I got to shut up. I'm getting upset. Bye.
Okay. No, it wouldn't be for the community meeting. She's talking about auctions and selling. She's not talking about Amaretto. Next up, we have Marku. If you have anything for us, sir. Yes, sir. You, Mr. Handsome. You just came for the cake. All right. Next on the list, I see Maleficent and Critter. Maleficent and Critter. Do either one of you ladies have anything you want to say? MJ, you're up next. Yeah, we all have our real lives, don't we? That get in the way sometimes. All right. So, MJ, next up is Nikki, then Miss Sindel. All right. Nikki, do you have anything you want to share? Guys, I'm almost to the bottom of the list, so if I haven't called your name yet, I'm about to. And Sindel, if you'll be prepared. And then after Sindel, we've got Pam, and then guess what, Pops? It's your turn after Pam. Better pass. All right, and that's on you now. I gave you a chance. All right, Pam Shadow, do you have anything that you want to share? And then Pops, you better have your paragraph ready. Jonathan, I already called your name once, but we're going to open it up as soon as I get to the end of the list. So if you have anything else you want to share, that you'll be able to do that. No problem. You'll have another opportunity. All right. So, poppers. Go ahead, Nikki. Armani doesn't breed. What? I don't understand that one. All right. Oh, there goes Nick. Alrighty. Um, Pop. Pop needs to post. Did he crash? No, he's over there typing. After Pop is going to be Sid, then Tila, then Yili, then Zenith, and then we have given everybody a chance, so we will open it up. So if you guys will be prepared. You would have to speak with the market owners, Pop. Because market owners set their prices. Sid is next. Anything Amaretto, Pop, you can drop a suggestion note card in the boxes. I know you know how to do that. I get them all the time from you. And so anything Amaretto, you need to bring up either suggestion, ticket system. All right, Tila. She's still here, hopefully. She gave me a note card if she wasn't. Oh, okay. We're going to let Tila share. Okay. Yili, do you have anything you want to share? And then we're just going to open it back up for you guys to talk. I think it would be amazing if you guys had some suggestions for the market owners to try, some things like that. So... I like that, Zilla. All right. If anybody had anything else they wanted to say, now is the time. We've been here
Look,
for a little
everybody
over an
needs
hour and 14 minutes. Go ahead.
everybody needs to take a really deep breath, relax, and mind, body, and soul, and just chill out, guys. Like I said, the covenant is one of the biggest things that you have to check with the market owners. And one of the things as auctioneers, you guys have to understand, we too have to follow the rules just as you do. It's no different. That's all I'm going to say. But it hurts me as an auctioneer to see us battling over things that is been so enjoyed for over 7 years, and people just, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just this is an enjoyment. Uh, it hurts me because I don't, I don't like as an auctioneer to see somebody undercut themselves on a horse. And I've learned this through the years that I've auctioneered, and some of the standards I've learned to learn to be part of is where I call, you know, and it's always up to the seller or the buyer to decide what they want to sell their stuff for. But if it's an uncomfortableness for me, I'm not going to call it at a price that I think is undercut in the market. Just so you know, if you come to my auctions, that's how it is.
Oh, Pammy,
Thank you.
not just undercutting the market, but why would you want to undercut yourself? That's what I've never understood. Why do you want to make your product? I don't think of the horse as a product or whatever, but for your own self, why would you want to make what you make worth less? Why would you want to do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's never made any sense to me. So that's kind of where the market value comes in. You know, why would you want to sell? Okay, like today, for the first time at age 55, my LEs dropped me the Ice Wine Nightfall Wing. Okay, I didn't get it right off the bat. The prices may have come down, but I would never put that horse on a panel, like take it to an auction tonight and price it for, 3 or 4K. No, that's not going to happen. That horse to me is worth more than that. There's not a whole lot of them out there. That would be a 15 plus K horse to me. Okay, so I'm not going to undercut myself, and that's what I don't understand about people saying that this is not worth this, is not worth that. Okay, well, direct sell that. Don't bring that particular horse to an auction. Okay, bring another one to the auction. Put the one you don't think, maybe you don't think it's worth 500, maybe the person next to you think it's worth 1,000. So, I mean, you never know. Some prices are subjective. Like they were talking about the White Walkers. Okay, yes, a lot of us breed entities. A lot of us have what they call quote unquote entities. Okay, you might think that entity is only worth 100 lindens, but the person sitting next to you might think it's worth 700 or 800. That's another thing about the minimum bid. And I should stop before I get into the minimum bid thing, because that's a whole different thing.
But like I said, that biggest thing is everybody's, you know, just needs to try and understand that the biggest investment we have is our, and if you, this is what I do the most, is the Almaretto horses, the dogs, the chickens. Okay, I do them all, and I've done the ponies, but I had to cut back somewhere. But anyway, I do it because I enjoy it. And when I go to an auction, and the auction houses are made by us as patrons. You know, that's, you know, and I like to have fun when I call an auction. And it's just that when somebody, you know, if you don't know what to price something at, the biggest thing that helped me and helps so many other people, and I know Sin does it all the time, walk the markets. Walk the markets. And that's where you're going to learn the pricing. Yes, educate yourself. That's right. You know, because one person, I could have a bundle sitting there. I got a gorilla sitting in my stall for 700, but yet I people can find them cheaper. That's fine. You want to go out and do all that hunting? You can have it and do it. That's your choice. But the covenants are so important, everybody.
All right. I think that we've given everybody ample time to share. A lot of people have gotten to express their opinions. Um, so I just want to thank you guys all for being passionate enough to even attend. Um, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to Amaretto. Our community is the best. You guys are so amazing, and for anyone to act different or behave differently than amazing, that's just, I don't know why we would do that. So we will have another breeders a roundtable meeting. I don't know if it'll be in February, or I don't know if it'll be in March. If you guys have an issue that you want to take up with Amaretto, if you need to speak to me, my IM box is always open. I don't ignore anyone. All right. So, Ava, can you pass a donation for last night? If anybody feels like they want to pass a donation, I will make sure that TM gets it. I'm just going to leave you guys with this piece of information. It's going to take us all to make a change, and we all want the same thing. So we just all need to get going the right direction. And it's not about minimum bids or standards or this or that. It's about making a better market for everybody. Thank you, Zoe. I will make sure he gets that. So maybe in the time of the next breeders roundtable, everybody should take the time to be a better breeder, buyer, and seller themselves. Yes. And tipper. Better tipper too. All right, guys. So just take that in mind going out. You know, these conversations are not easy to have, but they're good for us to have because we all learn from each other. And we all have different opinions. At the end of the day, the truth is, guys, at the end of the day, sellers and buyers set the price and buy for what they want. So if you don't like what someone's doing, selling, buying wise, the only person who could change it is you. It's not any standard. It's not any rule. It's not any person. It's not any, it's not going to happen that way. So, all right. Like I said, I do appreciate all you guys coming. Who doesn't love a good deal? I love a good deal. Yeah, and like I said, if anybody needs to talk to me or anybody has an issue with me, come to me. All right, guys. Everybody have a great day. Thank you again for coming and being amazing. You guys are the best community in Second Life.
Thanks, Ava. Thanks, Josie. Oh, please don't tell me I'm